All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Larry Morrow is here. And Kanan Jasper is here, and we're going to get into some more about you, Larry, shortly. But first, let's do some UT, because you are from New Orleans. We're going to start with this story about Anthony Mackie. And Kanan, I know you're friends with Anthony Mackie because I've seen y'all together.
Yeah, one of my best friends.
Previously. So this actually happened, this goes back to Monday, and a woman approached Anthony Mackie. He started trending on Monday because she asked him if he could take a photo with her grandson, and he politely declined. All right, since then, a lot of people have weighed in on it. They posted a video of the whole situation happening. The woman's name is Andra. She went to social media and said, "No one ever believes when I say the new black Captain America, Anthony Mackie, does not take pictures with kids. Don't get me wrong, I understand celebrities wanting their space, but kids, every single time, you're a superhero, sir, in the Marvel universe." Now, there were people defending him and people who were also angry at him. But here is what the 11-year-old, it was an 11-year-old kid that wanted a picture, and this was in New Orleans, right? This is what the mom had to say on social media.
I know he's generally ass. He doesn't want to take pictures. He doesn't want to talk to people. Fine, cool. But I didn't care about that. I love Marvel stuff. I love that he's from New Orleans. I love that he's a black man. He made history when Captain America passed that shield to him. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all might not even know what I'm talking about, but my Marvel people do. Anyway, he came and thanked me. You know, I told him no problem. I said, "You feel like taking a picture real quick with my son?" He said, "No pictures." I said, "No problem." And I walked off and let it be.
All right. In addition to that, she said, and this is part of the story people need to know, not he did not want to take a picture, but he did shake the young man's hand, 11 years old, and spoke to him. Here's what she said about that.
They did have a little more dialogue back and forth. I don't know the exact words of that. I don't believe it was anything angry because he wasn't really being mean. So apparently they passed a few words back and forth, and then he said, "You know what? I'm not going to take a picture, but I can shake his hand. I can ask him what school he goes to and stuff like that."
All right, she posted, "I stand behind how I feel with the Anthony Mackie situation. Is more than just being a superhero as a character. These New Orleans boys need him. The internet won't steer me from how I feel as a mother. Remember, we all have opinions, and this is mine. I'm entitled to it." All right, so I want to hear what you guys think about it, because I know you both personally know Anthony Mackie. And Larry, you're from New Orleans.
Yeah. So I personally, I think, as far as a kid, I think, looking at somebody who he may idolize on TV, it may be a little heartbreaking to him. But I'm sure the intent was never to break the kid's heart. I think sometime, this is me knowing Anthony Mackie, so I can speak from both, just like seeing kids walk up to him and take pictures, and he's taking pictures. But I've also seen when, he may be in a meeting or we having lunch, and, it's like he's forced to be, it's like sometimes you become a puppet, and it's like you're forced to always be Captain America, which I get it. But at the same time, I do understand mental health is important, and sometimes being a celebrity is one of those jobs that never, like you're always on point. You always got to be taking a picture, doing this, doing that.
And the one time you don't do it, it goes viral.
Right. So I understand, because I've been able to see him be the Captain America taking all the pictures, but also be the person who essentially wants his space. Because being famous.
Because once I take a picture with you, everybody's about to come over.
Being famous, as long as he's been famous, it can take a toll on anybody. And there's a lot of people like Lil Wayne and different people who, who's been famous for half their life, and I think have been affected by all the things that society places on you.
What do you think, Kanan? You know him personally.
Yeah,
one of your best friends.
And also, I like people to dig in a little bit deeper before they form an opinion and look at the evidence. First of all, he has 4 sons. He's a very active father, and he's a community guy. When we talk about people in New Orleans need him, Anthony is probably the largest black investor in the city of New Orleans. So he provides plenty of opportunities for young people and black people in particular with his businesses, with his investments. But more importantly, look at his personal time. At that point where the woman approached him, he was on his personal time. He was in an adult setting. He had a cigar, maybe a cocktail, and he was like, "I can't take a picture right now." But when he spoke to the young man, and I see it all the time. I've seen young people approach him, and he's very accommodating. At that particular time, it wasn't the wisest thing to do. And sharing time with that young man, I think the young man might like that conversation, and that conversation might resonate a little bit more than just a picture that was cold. Here, I'll take a picture. He was like, yo, I had a conversation with him.
Yeah, I just think about when I was growing up, we didn't have cameras on our phones and things
Right.
like that to be able to even access that. We used to ask for autographs. Like,
Yeah.
can I
And
get
he
an
does
autograph?
that all
Yeah.
the time. He'll say, let me get your address. I'll send you a personal signed thing or whatever. But a picture could be very intrusive. And he got to think about his health. You know, let's say that kid is sick. You know, mother, you know, and he got to go to work. You know, now the shoot got to stop, and all kinds of stuff. So he has to consider a lot. As Larry said, being always on, he got to think about a lot of things.
All right, well, we'll talk more about this. And we have a lot more stories that we didn't get to because that one, I think, was an important one to discuss. It's Way Up with Angela Yee, Larry Merrill, and Kanan Jasper are here.